Hi guys, before we begin, all the information about my test system setup can be found in the description under the video. All the store links will be there as well. And the price for that one was something like $25. So, some of you may remember Conexant from the times of 56.6 kilobit modems. You're either in the Rockwell camp or Conexant camp. I was always a Conexant fan because of the pure value it was delivering. So this time we have today Kinera Celest CD-2 portable headphone amplifier with digital to analog converter by Conexant. And I was very curious what $25 can get you today. And most importantly, how does Conexant digital to analog converter sounds compared to the very popular Cirrus Logic 41131 integrated digital to analog converter / headamps. So let's begin with some specifications. Why? It's a spoiler, but I was very pleasantly surprised by the sound quality. So I decided to check on specs for all the components, all the important components inside. So basically, this little guy is using Conexant 31993 digital to analog converter. That's paired with Maxim MAX 97220 by Analog Devices. The interesting thing here is that the Conexant digital to analog converter works in balanced mode, and Maxim is also accepting balanced inputs, and the datasheet states clearly that the balanced inputs in a device like that are clearly superior to single-ended inputs. Why? Because of a lot of EMI that interference that will happen when you connect that to your phone, because basically you'll have a quite strong antenna quite near to your digital to analog converter and headphone amplifier. But getting back to the specification, it will accept anything up to 52 bits with 384 kHz sampling rate. Kinera states the parameters for that device as 145 dB signal to noise ratio, and that's wow, that's excellent. Dynamic range is 111 decibels, and again, that's amazing number, especially for something in that price range. And total harmonic distortion is stated as minus 95 decibels. That's also excellent. If you'll be asking about the power delivery, Kinera states that this little guy can give you 140 milliwatts in 16 ohm loads and 60 milliwatts at 52 ohms load. Okay, what else? Frequency response. Frequency response is given as anything between 20 Hz and 40 kHz, which basically means that there should be no treble roll-off at the highest end of the treble range. Interestingly, crosstalk at 1 kHz is given at amazing minus 125 decibels. You have to remember that the crosstalk will get higher with the higher end of the spectrum, but still minus 125 decibels at 1 kHz means that it's almost ideal separation between channels. Okay, now I gave you all of these specifications because I was very pleasantly surprised with this small digital to analog converter. So after my listening tests, after my listening sessions, I've checked all of the specifications for the components that are used inside. So let's talk about the build quality. As you can see, it's all metal build. It's very small. I don't know how to compare that, but it's something like 3 centimeters, a little above that. It's very small. I was wondering how can I open that up to take a look inside, but I can't see any obvious way, so as I'm afraid to damage it, I won't be trying to use any force on this little amplifier. It's available in the army green, that's the one I got, but also in gunmetal gray. It has traditional single-ended 3.5mm jack output, but it also supports 4.4 balanced audio jack output. The important thing to note here is that both of them cannot be used at the same time. It's basically pretty obvious to anyone that's using headphone amplifiers or digital to analog players, but still it's worth noting because some of the kids may want to use that as a kind of device that will allow them to use two pairs of headphones to listen to the music with their friend. Well, you can't do that. You can either use 3.5 or 4.4 connector jacks. Moving on to the sound quality. To my surprise, this small guy was able to make my Aria Stealth rumble nicely. The tab doesn't flood everything with mid-bass. It has good fast bass, reminding me of D-class amplifiers. It's not fat, but it's very clean and it's very precise. Mid-range with this amplifier, you can very quickly tell it's not warm and it's not cozy mid-range. Why? Because it's all integrated. It's flat, a little bit dry, and a little bit more analytical than warm. This means that the mid-range is very detailed and it's very clean, but the voices are not as organic as with Class A or tubes, which is basically obvious because that's not Class A device and it's not tube device. Having said that, that's exactly what I would expect here, and the mid-range is very clean. You can hear all the details in vibrating parts of the songs. My standard example here is And So It Goes by Jennifer Warnes, and all of the vibrating words, I won't be even trying to do what she can do, but you need to listen to the song to understand what I mean. So the mid-range here is very clean and is very good. Moving on to the treble. The treble is clear and extended. It's sparkling when needed, but I would say it's more on the dark side, which works very nicely because it's very peaceful, I would say. In the very black background that this amplifier gives, all of the sounds are very clean. I would say they are sparkling. And not only because of the quality of the treble, but also because of this black background. It's very easy to hear all the small nuances, all the details. And that gets us to the detail section of my review. That was another nice surprise. There are loads of detail. If your headphones are up to the task, you will hear every bit of information, all of the small nuances, all of the small sounds, especially in the mid-range and treble. As I said, I was testing this with my Aria Stealth, but also lower quality headphones, and to my surprise, it was scaling up. It was scaling up to the Aria Stealth level, and with each headphone on my list, when I was taking and using more expensive and better headphones, I was getting better results, which is basically outstanding because remember, this is $25, okay? $25. This little device prefers good quality uncompressed material, as you can easily hear compression artifacts when you'd be listening to the low quality MP3 files. Now moving on to scene imaging. It has good left and right image. It has good separation, but I would say the scene is rather flat. It's something that many bigger Class D amplifiers have in common. I would say that the scene is shaped like an oval, something like that. So it's more wide than it's deep. I guess that's what you would expect for the price. Still, stereo effects spanning left and right are very good. And that gets us to the summary of the review. The first thing, $25. It's basically lunch money. So for spare change, you can get the small device that runs circles around any smartphone or tablet or notebook, 3.5mm jack. So if you want to up the game, if you want to have better sound quality than your regular 3.5mm jack output provides, this is something for you for very minimal amount of money. It's also better, in my opinion, than Cirrus Logic chipsets. Cirrus Logic chipsets, again, are fine for the money, but this one is clearer. The numbers that I've told you at the beginning, they do confirm in the sound quality that I was hearing from this device. So it's full metal, so it will survive in your pocket or backpack. It's very clean, it's very precise. For best results, I would pair it with warm headphones, but it's not picky. It will work as well with neutral headphones, although I wouldn't pair it with dry, analytical sounding headphones with a lot of treble. Why? Because this guy is not warm, so you do not want to have too much of a good thing. If you have spare $25, that's a solid recommendation. The only gripe I can have here is that slotting CD2 in your phone's USB slot can be dangerous if you're going to have it in your pocket. I mean, if you slot it like that in USB port, you may be creating a lever on your USB port. So I will recommend using some kind of USB cable. So not to put it directly in the port if you're going to have your phone in your pocket. If you're going to have your phone on a leash on your neck or something like that, it's perfectly safe. On the other hand, it looks and it fits wonderfully with my Dell laptop. I will put it on the side, and then it's flush with the rest of the laptop, and then I have 4.5mm jack pointing my way, a little bit to the side. So it works perfectly for the laptops that will have USB-C port on one of the sides. So all in all, the small guy gets my very solid recommendation. For now, it will be my go-to recommendation for my friends and coworkers on a budget, because again, and I do have to repeat it once again, that's just $25. It's amazing how these little headphone amplifiers, digital to analog converters, have progressed during past 5 years, something like that. I wouldn't believe when I would be told, when I would be listening to my own review 5 years ago, that in 5 years' time I'll be able to get something sounding so good for just $25. So again, my strong recommendation, and if you're asking about that, yes, it is better than CS4131 chipsets. It's clear. So I'll be watching for the future Conexant digital to analog converters, because the sound quality and the numbers behind it are really, really outstanding. So thanks for watching this video. If it helped you in any way to make a decision on buying that one or passing that one, you're more than welcome to buy me a beer using super thanks that can be found in the under the video. Also, again, any store links, any information about my test system setup can be found in the description of the video. If you have any questions, if you have noticed something interesting when I was toying with this amplifier, give me a shout in the comments. If you have one, if you want to share your experiences, also give me a shout in the comments. I'm trying to answer them, maybe not on a daily basis because it's impossible due to my time constraints, but every second, every third day. So, thank you guys, have a nice day, and thanks for watching this video. Bye guys.